to make sure Randeep wins, and we raise a lot of money for him. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Sunny to start the proceeding.
Thank you, Inder. So, I'm Sunny Gill, President of the Brampton West PCPU Riding Association. I would like to welcome you all to this fundraiser in support of our candidate, Randeep Sandhu. Brampton West needs a change, which is long overdue. So we are here to lend him his support through funds, through volunteer hours, and together we'll make this change happen. So without further ado, I would like to call upon Deputy Leader of the PC Party of Ontario, Madam Christine Gillian, to please come and say a few words.
Well, thank you very much, Sunny. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here tonight to support the great riding of Brampton West and, more importantly, Randeep Sandhu as the candidate. It's truly a pleasure, and I had a chance to meet almost all of you in the room here tonight, and it's wonderful to see so many people here. I know many of you, some of you are family, some of you are friends, business acquaintances, school colleagues, and from all parts of his life. And I know you know what a great candidate he is from your history with him. And I've come to understand some of the work that he's done in the community, particularly his support for community causes like the hospital, which is near and dear to me as health critic for the PC Party of Ontario. So I think that's going to stand him in really good stead when we come to the election, because he's got roots in a whole bunch of different causes in the community. So that's fantastic. But what I can tell you, and I know a lot of you know Randeep much better than I do, but what I can tell you is that we also in the PC caucus think that he's a great candidate. And we've had a chance to get to know him a little bit better by virtue of the super caucus meetings that we're having. We meet as a caucus once a week to discuss issues relating to the party and what's going on and how we're positioning ourselves and getting ready for an election and so on. But as candidates have been nominated, we're asking them to join us so that we can talk to them, find out what the issues are in their communities, and work together as a team as we get ready for an election. And I'm very proud and happy to say that Randeep has been very good in attending the super caucus meetings, in giving us his views. He's an active participant, and I think that the business and background knowledge that he has is a great advantage to us as a party, particularly in growing small businesses, because of course that's what we in the PC Party want to build and grow in order to bring our great province back into prosperity. So we're working with all of the candidates, getting ready for the election. There's a lot of speculation right now about when an election is actually going to happen. The truth is nobody really knows except perhaps Andrea Horvath. And she's trying to figure out, I think right now, where it is she wants to be. We've had a lot of discussions in the legislature, including a vote yesterday, where the NDP decided to support the Liberals' throne speech. Whether that's going to translate into a speech or a support for the budget when that comes forward, no one knows. We don't even know when the budget is, although there's some speculation it's going to be mid to late April. So within about a month, we're going to know whether we're going to be going to the polls in the spring or whether we're going to have to wait for another opportunity. But honestly, when you think of what this government has done and how Andrea can possibly think of supporting a government that's been mired in scandal, particularly the last few years when we've had everything from e-health to Orange, and the biggest scandal of them all, the cancellation of the power plants in Oakville and Mississauga. The tally keeps going up on a daily basis. I think we're pretty much up to about $1 billion right now of taxpayers' dollars wasted for purely political purposes. How she can possibly think that she wants to support a government that's done these kinds of things and wasted our money is absolutely beyond me. Now, this government keeps trying to brand themselves as being Ontario's new government. Well, make no mistake about it, it's the same old crew. They may have a new premier, but they've got the same people in power, including Vic Dillon, who've made these decisions that have brought Ontario to the brink of economic ruin. As you know, we've got $11 billion deficit here in Ontario. We've got 500,000 people out of jobs, and even worse than that for our young people, about a 16% unemployment rate among young people. This is a government that has no idea. They won't even acknowledge the problem, never mind to come up with solutions for it. There's only one party that's going to be able to bring Ontario back to the prosperity that it deserves, and that is the Ontario Progressive Conservative Party under the leadership of our leader, Tim was that we didn't have a plan. All we wanted to do was criticize that we didn't really know what we would do if we got to power. Well, I can certainly say that has changed now. It never was true, but it certainly has changed since then. We've been hard at work since the last election, talking to people across the province, understanding what they want from government, what are the priorities in each community. And as a result of that, we've come forward with no fewer than 12 white papers now on various policy topics, from healthcare to labor reform to pension issues to rural affairs. We've got over 200 ideas that we've put forward that we're taking across the province, understanding what people want, what they want to see as a platform, and what we should be prioritizing in the next election. So we will be coming forward with a platform in due course when the time is right for us and when we see when an election is going to be happening. We've also got, so we're ready with policy, we're ready with great candidates. We've got Randeep nominated here in Brampton West. We've got over 100 candidates nominated out of 107. But at the end of the day, there's one other component that we absolutely need, and that's where all of you come in. It's financial support. We simply cannot run campaigns without the financial resources to allow us to get out there and communicate our message, to get the signs up, to print the literature, to buy the ads, and so on. So we are extremely grateful to you for your financial support and for being here to support Randeep. And I know that so many of you are going to help not only with your financial assistance, but with your feet on the ground, helping knock on the doors and communicate with people our PC party message. So I'm really pleased to be here tonight to show my support as well. And I thank you so much for inviting me and look forward to hearing from your candidate.
Thank you, Madam. It's a pleasure to have you here. And my name is Pushpa, and I will speak a few words. I've been associated with Randeep for more than 25 years. I have known him since early 1990s. I'd like to give a few highlights about Randeep, about his personality, and then we will invite Randeep to speak on the stage. Before I start, I would like to thank everybody for coming in here, especially my friend Amarjit Gill and Chris Elliott, who spent valuable time to be here. Without the presence of the members who are paying and without the audience, this event will not be so glamorous. I was hearing the US Secretary of State talk about election campaigns, and he said election campaigns can be really grueling, they can be really tough, and they can be really vigorous. And so he said there are two things which are very important for running a successful election campaign. One is a supporting family, and second is a wardrobe of clothes. He was jokingly pointing towards wardrobe of clothes. He said you never know where you would like to have. And we are so proud that Randeep has got a wonderful wife, just Preet, who supports him and stands with him. It's a great. I remember meeting Randeep in the university in the early 1990s. Randeep was a man with difference. We were studying in a university which had a pro-leftist approach, and he was a man who was on the right path. At that time also he believed in rewarding the work culture, in rewarding efficiency, and he did not believe in giving soaps to people who did not deserve it. He was a man who could raise a campaign, get the students together. When the premier wanted to change the name of the university for some political reason, he had the guts to stand up against him, challenge him, and make him change his stand, which I believe was great achievement at that time. We were all impressed with Randeep at that time. Randeep could quote, Randeep was a powerful speaker, Randeep is a powerful speaker, Randeep could quote things from famous writers, and I still remember a lot of his quotations, and still talk to people about that. He was such a wonderful orator, and he is still a wonderful orator. We really respected him. He's kind of a man whose respect and love and admiration has always grown. Since 25 years, close to 25 years, I have always liked this man, respected this man, and it has always grown. And we are so proud that he's representing Brampton West. There's one very particular thing which is quite funny. He used to always quote a very famous Persian quotation, and I used to always mess it up. But that quotation is so true today. It talks about a new awakening. And today we are awakening from a red night to a dawn of blue, which I believe PC will represent, and Randeep is right on track to have a blue dawn, and he's the right man to choose. Starting his life from an humble immigrant, working in factories, this man has a good business today, and which is growing, providing direct and indirect employment to hundreds and thousands of people. So this man is a man with vision, this man is a man with guts, and this man has leadership qualities which I have known, a lot of people have known, and he's going to show as he grows up. There's no doubt in my mind that Brampton West will have a blue candidate, will have Randeep in Queen's Park. Not only will he be there, he will be successfully guiding Ontario towards a debt-free situation. We are so proud of Randeep, and I would like to welcome Randeep on the stage to make a few words.
Well, that was a lot said about hard to digest. Well, folks, if you ever noticed, we're blessed with the presence of Premier Davis here. This is where the old meets the new, Brent.
Well, now what's this old business?
So I'm sure there's some people in this audience that don't know Bramptonville, because they're new. They came here much after. Like I came here in '97. Premier Davis was the premier from 1971 to 1985, and everybody that thinks that PCs can pull their weight, or PCs can do a good job for administration, you got to look at this man. Ontario was a thriving province. It was dragging Canada along, and right now, see what we've done. And this is my personal theory on politics, that NDP will shoot at the debt like this and sink the province like this, as we saw in 1991 to 1995. And the Liberals will eventually sink it. They'll take a little longer sinking it, and that's what's happening. And the debt that we have now, and the debt that was that Mr. Bob Ray, who was popularly in Indian language called Bob Ray. And the debt he had back then, and it means, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. The debt he had back then sounds, and the debt we have today is like afternoon school. I mean, that was afternoon school. And look at this, And it's going on, and there's no real plan, as Christine said. They're saying that they'll balance their books by 2017 with no plan in place. Like I'm a businessman, and most people are business people here. When you invest $1, you want to know where it is going. You want to know where the returns are coming. And the government is not exempt from the laws of economics or laws of business. We got to make sure we have the same amount of money at least coming in as going out. And Premier Davis was the master of surplus budgets in Ontario. I should paraphrase it. The debt wasn't controlled. I mean, the debt's a reality. So that was Premier Davis. Thank you for being here with us. And thank you, Madam Christine. It's great having you here. And we also have a present for you. Premier, can you please come up? This is a symbol of our
This is for Christine.
Yeah, but
What's
I want-
inside?
it's our handicraft from Brampton, our Brampton art.
You're sure?
No, not mine.
Not
Brampton.
yours? You're right on somebody. Let's do it. Now help me open.
Please.
No, you help. Plumbing, I know.
Is there your packaging?
Actually, look for made in Brampton, premium team, and there's a book. So this is all personally, uniquely designed, and put some perspective around it. There's a book right there. So that talks about these are again good Brampton, recipe for a good life. These are ladies, authors all live in Brampton. They've grown up in Brampton, and they talk about different recipes and yeah, they went everywhere. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's very kind.
Really good.
Yes.
I'm now going to invite Premier Davis to come on the stage, please.
Do I call you Christine, or do I call you Mrs. Sandhu, or do I call you Minister of Health or Education to be? Which do you want? I'll call Hudak immediately and say, when you're elected, Christine should be our. I would choose education, Christine. I mean, I was there for 9 years. It was simple. Nothing to it. Yeah. Listen, I'm here just to support Randeep. See, he's going to run in Brampton West. Have you ever heard of Brampton West? Yeah, that's where I've lived for some 83 years, 6 months, 2 days, and 2 hours. Now, if you ask me how I remember the 2 hours, I will lie to you and say I was there. No, I was there. No, I'm here because of Randeep and his real, I think, opportunity to become a member from Brampton West. But I also want to say to Christine how delighted we are to have you here. This is not your first visit, as I recall. I don't think it's the first time that you have spoken to Brampton West. You did it once before, and you'll bring him a lot of good luck. Now, he needs a bit of luck, but in politics, it's far more important that he gets a lot of people working for him. Now, my son is here. He kind of, what are you doing up there? Just sitting there? Are you contributing anything?
I gave some money.
Did you pay some money?
Does that suffice?
That's good, because I haven't yet. Why are you applauding so vigorously?
Yours is funny.
No, I have to tell you that, who's here from the press? Is the Brampton Guardian here? No. Shame.
It's all It's all
Is the Toronto Star here? I guess nobody's here. Well, then I can say a whole lot of things that won't get in the press. It'd be wonderful. Now, I want to say this about Christine Elliott. She's one of the most able young women in the political life of this province, has made a great contribution, and will make an even greater one when she becomes a minister again. I mean, I don't want to embarrass you, Christine, but I've known a lot of people in public life. Some of them friends, some of them not so friendly, and you have to be one of the examples as to what can be done, and your commitment, your ability, for me, is a great opportunity to say thank you. I can say thank you because I'm older than the rest of you, probably older than most of you combined. And you see, I've only had 5 children here in Brampton,
They all married, so that makes 10. We have 12 grandchildren, that makes 24. And as a result, we nearly had enough voters, if I stayed in politics, to win just as much. But I have retired, but I still enjoy it. And I'm very fond of this city. I grew up when it was about 4,000 people. Today we're approaching 550, and you folks have been very responsible for the great growth and the cultural talent that has been produced. You see, when I got a gift here, which wasn't often, I never get anything as glamorous as this, Christine. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, who's responsible for getting that? Who did that? You?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I want one.
And our team.
Oh, I see. Did you do that? Then I want one. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. So, Randy, I want to tell you, and Neil agrees with me, that we're both going to do our very best for you. And we're delighted that Christine was here to give her support, because this is quite an electable election, and it's a great riding to win. I'm tired of being in Brampton West and having people of a different political persuasion in charge. It's time, Randeep, for you to be the man in charge in Brampton West, and we'll do that.
Thank you. So I wish to thank you all. I'll start with the Riding Association for doing a great job, and President Sunny Gill for having coordinated all the activities. And Gagan, our 8th Vice President, who's also filling in for my campaign manager, because I don't have one at the moment. And Amarjeet Gill. Amarjeet, please come up. Amarjeet is the candidate in Brampton, South Mississauga, and he's a great candidate. We've all seen that. So please support him in his campaign as well.
Here, here.
And now, the real people, the friends, that you've dug deep into your pockets, and nothing's possible without money. And I'm going to share a quote from Premier Davis later on, but everything starts with money, and we've done the first part very well. You've come out in great numbers, and I've seen checks, I've seen Visa cards, and we're not going to run out of cash. And last time when I met Premier, I told him, money is the last thing I'm scared of in this campaign. So thank you very much, folks. It means a lot to me. In the congregation, I have friends that I went to school with, I went to college with, I went to university with, and my partners in business and people that we do business with. So thank you, folks. Thank you again for coming out and endorsing my candidacy today. And yeah, it was actually cut out like a joke, but I mean, the times are tough. The Liberals are in charge and the money is tight, so thank you. And again, my friends, my family, my wife, who's here in the congregation as well. Thank you.
She's right in the back.
Hiding in the back.
So I wanted to do a bit of a historical sketch here for Ontario. I was doing some reading. Ever since the inception, in the 19th century, the Liberals sort of had the better sway over the Ontario politics than PCs. And PC actually came about in 1950s. So it was Conservative Party before that. And with the PC and Conservative together, in last century, they were in power for 85 years. And Liberals, no, actually 77 years or so. There were 5 for NDP and about 10 for Liberal, and there was 5 years for a Farmers Party, around 50s. It only lasted 1 election. So it's been and this is the province that we chose as our destination because it was doing very well. There were jobs here, the books were in shape. You could come here and realize your dreams. And for most folks that are moving in now, it's a pretty grim future. We got to change the pace of things because yesterday the bill that came about in the Parliament for supporting the insurance. We all need lower insurance. You know, don't get us wrong. The PC did not endorse that bill because the bill had no substance to it. How would you, this is what we call a fake political promise. We're all sick and tired of hearing things. We'll reduce insurance by 15%. Why don't we reduce it by 25%? Or why not 50%? You know? But where's the plan for even 1%? Now the liberals are biting into it. They've had their chance, their fair share of fixing the problem. Now they're saying, yes, we'll do something about 15%, but we don't know how. And that's the problem. PC has a plan. When the parliament was shut down, only PC party, all the caucus members were working hard and producing white papers which are recommendations of how this problem is to be addressed. Everybody walks away, everybody wants power, but how are you going to get there? I mean, we're business folks, most of us. We work with a plan. You just don't start a business without having any foresight into what you're getting into. And as I said, you know, the governments are no different. It's the same laws that apply to the governments as well. So, I think I'm standing too long here, and we've already waited too long. So I'll just leave you guys at that. And thank you very much. The dinner will be served soon. And please enjoy yourself. The bar is on, and please make yourselves comfortable. I'm so glad you could make that. I was almost given up.